everyone, and welcome back to Geeking Around, the first video of the new year. So happy new year of 2023, and everyone's year is going to be great, and it's going to be great for Geeking Around and everything. So if you are an OG fan of Geeking Around, you know that we try to do the very first video as a Q&A or an interview with me, your host, Louis Mihael, and get to know a little bit more about me, get to know about what's going on with Geeking Around and Neville Studios and all my comic book stuff and all my other projects I'm working on. Yeah, if you do like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. If you like the video, I do a lot of stuff like movie reviews and go over stuff about Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and anime and video games. So, and if you're an OG or been a long time fan, I really appreciate all the support and everything that you have given me these last 2 years now that I've been really going hard on YouTube. So I really appreciate that. Enough of me babbling. You guys didn't come here just for that. So let's get into these questions, and hope you enjoy it. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Yeah, so my name is Louis Mihael. My real name is that's a pen name. My real name is Michael, so you all can call me Michael, of course. I live in the Midwest. My job or day job is at a printing company where I'm the pre-press and graphic design manager. We do stuff like mainly newspapers and magazine type of stuff like that. It's also where when we did have the digital machine that's where I would print my comic books at, which unfortunately is we need a part for, so I can't print out any more comic books right now, but hopefully real soon, because I got a lot of stuff going on with comics this year. More on that later. Most likely 99% of the fans who are listening, I'm a geek. Like I said, I'm into Star Wars, Marvel, DC, comic books, video games, anime, all type of stuff like that. And always been since I was a kid. I was born in 1990, so like Batman, Tim Burton's Batman was a big thing. Batman the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series was a huge part of my childhood. Let's get on to the next question. Are you finished with Kira, a Star Wars story? Okay, so yes and no. I am going to go on a little bit of a hiatus with that. There is the Kira, a Star Wars story part 1 that is out completed on Webtoons, and I've been kind of going back and putting it out on Tapas or Global Comics, as well as my other comic, Castle Lugburz, I think how you pronounce it. The links are in the description. But there is part 2, the Webnovel, and which is on Webnovel.com and Tapas, where and that is already completed as well. So there's the part 1 and the part 2. So there's those 2 out, and hopefully one day I will be able to have the time to make part 2 into a comic, and then put out part 3. Like I said, I am going to go on hiatus and on it, and I might just put out a web novel or a short story of it for part 3, and be done with it. To be honest, I'm not as excited about Star Wars anymore, and I mainly started doing it because how disappointed I was with The Last Jedi, but there was still a lot of hope, a lot of excitement for what is the next Star Wars thing. But now Star Wars is pretty much dead, and I got so many other things I'm working on that I want to get out. So yeah, I'm still kind of working on it, but I'm kind of going on hiatus on it. And we'll at least put the web novel version of part 3 out. Eventually there might be a whole nother story coming out. I do have other stories for it. other projects in the Kira universe. So there's just so many things that can be done in that universe. We see what happens. How old was you when you started creating comics and YouTube? So like with comics, I was actually creating like comic scripts. Like I take a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, like just regular print on copy, fold that in half to like, what is it, 5.5? Yeah, 5.5 by 8.5, and that would be a bug, and it'd be, you know, several pages in that, and then we just staple it together and make comic strips. It'd be only a few pages, like 4 pages long, with like probably just 4 or a little bit more panels. I did ones like with Batman with my friends and stuff. I think we did a Dragon Ball Z. I've been kind of creating it since I was a kid. We also did like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then we did a Power Ranger one too. I don't remember what happened in those or what else happened to those things. Yeah, and then like over the years, I kind of was just drawing and stuff, and then like in high school, I started getting a little bit more serious and created like my old comics, like Queen Black Cat, Freedom from War, which was like a straight up Bleach ripoff. Main hero, the protagonist, was literally Ichigo, and the storyline was basically more like the Soul Society, where Rukia is about to be executed by the Hukaka. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah, basically that, him going in there and saving all and stuff, and do Bankai and everything. Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff too. Like I did a comic book about my dog Coplin, who was like, in this story, he's a guardian angel that protected me from the evil monsters that live under the bed or lived in the closet or whatever. Whole bunch of stuff that I never really I felt serious about, and that's why if you look, there's really only Kira and Castle. But now for YouTube, like me and my friends was doing like YouTube and podcasts ever since this all started. But back then you couldn't make no money, and it can only upload to like 2-3 minutes long, and we did like a web series kind of thing of like a Batman fan film, and we just broke it up in like three parts, I think it was. It's only like 15 minutes long, and we did a Star Wars one, but I kind of stopped once I graduated from high school and had to get an actual job. I didn't have the time to do YouTube anymore, and at that time you couldn't make money off of YouTube. And then I went to college, could do even less with YouTube, and even I couldn't really work on comics as well. And that's when everything exploded, and you can make money off of YouTube. I picked the perfect time, didn't I? To not do YouTube. And actually, I think about the exact same time, that's when like Webtoons started to kick off, and everyone else, started making money off the exact same things that I was doing 5-10 years later. I mean, early on. And now I'm 5-10 years later on, struggling to do the exact same thing. Ain't right. Ain't fair, is it? Right when the pandemic happened, I started getting back into YouTube, and got more serious and started consistently putting out videos. If you're an OG, you remember my friend Gabby was with us and stuff, and I was making a comic script based off of us, and like my friend Josh, and then kind of Geeking Around. That was the start of Geeking Around, and now this is Geeking Around. Can you explain your process in creating comics and YouTube videos? Yes, so with comics, what I do nowadays is like when I come up with an idea for a story, I have Apple Notes, and I can use Apple Notes like on my phone to jot down ideas and brainstorm real quick, and come up with plot details and names and the superhero names or whatever, and the villain's name, and then I use Apple Pages to create a page or a couple pages long plot outline of it. Then I go through and write the script or the breakdown, which I write it very similar to a movie screenplay. I just change, like, instead of scene 1, I put page 1, camera 1, panel 1. I just changed some things like that. And which through all of this, I'm also using Clip Studio Paint mainly to do character design and concept art. Also do storyboards for it. To me, Clip Studio Paint is the best out there for creating comics and doing or manga, and you can do rough animation with it as well. So if you want to do that, and then of course I go into Clip Studio Paint and create do the actual panels and stuff, pages, and then put in the word bubbles at the end and publish it. For the YouTube videos, most of mine are just screen recording of an article that either from the Geeking Around network website that I wrote, or like comicbook.com or comicbookreference.com, one of those more comic books and geek centric websites. And there's a few other ones that we go through as well, and just screen record it using I'm on a Mac and using QuickTime, and I just go over the articles and talk about it, discuss what the topic is and about it and everything. What does the future hold for Webnovel Studios and Geeking Around? Okay, so first I'm going to start with Geeking Around. I do have somewhat sad news, I guess, maybe, that I am going to kind of step away from Geeking Around for a little bit. Still be putting out videos, and I will be the one that still writes all the scripts and as well as the articles you'll find on the website, but I will have someone else doing the voiceovers and maybe editing it. So it might be a little bit different from what you used to. We're going to continue doing the exact same thing. I'm hoping to put out a newsletter to give people updates on when we put out a new video or a new article on the website. Hope we can branch out more, and maybe me hiring people to do the voiceovers and editing that give Geeking Around more videos to put out, because I'm typically I'm only doing it like only a few videos a month, and I would love to be able to do it almost every single day, but right now I just don't have the time. And the reason why I'm gonna be stepping away for a little bit, I will definitely be come back for Pacific stuff, like the Super Mario movie gonna be coming out in April, I think. I mean, I'll probably be back before then, but that'd be definitely one that I will be doing the video for, because I'm very excited about that. But the reason why I want to step away, and this goes into what the future holds for Webnovel Studios, is because I want to work on more of my comic books. I will be creating short stories or web novels, then probably doing a Kickstarter, which is going to help to put out that short story as a small like paperback thing, and it would have like illustrated pages as well, so add some more pages to it, and that'd be drawn by me. That's something else, like that making these YouTube videos and having a full-time job, I don't get to draw as much, and so I want to get really I mean I still draw and like doodle, but I want to get back into creating comics. And like I said, I'm gonna be creating the short story, the Kickstarter that will help raise money so I can take off work more and be able to work on the comics more and make it better too. And then maybe put out another Kickstarter to put out that comic. It will at first be like on Webtoons or Global Comics. I've been kind of really liking Global Comics more though. But the first one is gonna be a Hero Grift, something I've been working on for a while now, and it's a tribute Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther. I wanted to create my own awesome black superhero, so I created something. It is your typical superhero story. Once you guys read it, you're gonna love it, but you are gonna like, oh yeah, he got that from Spider-Man. That's pretty cool. And, oh, I like that Green Lantern homage, throwback to Green Lantern or something. It's nothing new or anything, but I wanted to create, like I said, create a cool black superhero, and this be my first one. And like I said, make the short story that be put out on Tapas and Webtoons. I mean, not Webtoons, but Webnovel, and then we create the Kickstarter, get some money for the comic, make the comic. That will be at false again on Webtoons and Global Comic and Tapas, and then for the printed comic we might do a Kickstarter again. So, and also I got a Batman short story that I hope to make it into a comic as well. And also I'm really working hard on my the working title is called Dr. Plague, and about a plague doctor who's basically a superhero in that time, and trying, and like the plague said not necessarily killing people, they turn them into monsters and stuff. It's heavily inspired by like the video game Bloodborne, so stuff like that gothic kind of things. So that would again be a short story, Kickstarter, webcomic, then Kickstarter. And I think that's going to take most of the year to do those three things. And yeah, I'm going to start working more on doing like short stories, because I could put that out much quicker, and I can myself, I can work on the covers, and I can work on the cover and the illustrated pages myself, and so it's not such a huge project, and I can still do a little bit of the YouTube stuff. Where can we follow you? Well, because I am going to be kind of stepping away from Geeking Around and stuff, there is the Geeking Around Twitter page, and you can find that on Facebook as well. I do have an Instagram for Geeking Around, but I don't really get on there much, and I think there's a TikTok. Again, I don't get on there much, but I will be creating my own personal one for myself, Louis Mihael, and I'll put that in the link and stuff. Going more focus on my comics and short stories and stuff like that instead of Geeking Around, but I still be posting Geeking Around. And like I said earlier, there will be doing a newsletter, hopefully, because I've been waiting for the next time there is a discount, because you had to have the paid subscription for it. That Geek Around Network will actually be called geekaroundnetwork.com. Right now it's like novelstudios.wix.geekaround.com or some really long ass thing, and so hopefully that'll be out. We have that out by the time you do see it. But yeah, that's all the questions we have. If you have questions, make sure you ask it in the comics, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Make sure you check out the subscription for everything Geeking Around Network, the Geeking Around launch, comic books, where you can follow both Geeking Around and myself. And I just want to say I really appreciate the support that everyone has given me the last few years, and who have been checking out all my videos, been checking out my comic books and everything, and I really appreciate everything, and I'm glad I had fans so awesome like you, and hope you continue to be here, and so that we can hang out and more. And just like I said, although I'm stepping away from Geeking Around, I still be around and will be always here. And once I get these short stories and comics out, maybe by then I can be a full-time YouTuber and full-time comic book, or part-time YouTuber and part-time comic book creator or something, But yeah, well, I'll see you next time. Bye.